Hey, welcome back to Steve Reads a Comic. What's up, fellas?
Hey,
Hola.
hey.
I'm Sean. This is Steve
I'm Rob.
Hello. Hello.
and Rob.
Hey.
All right, it is July 5th, 2023. This is a spoiler-filled podcast. This is your warning. We will be discussing, off the top of my head, well, not off the top of my head, but actually on the notes app on my phone. We're going to be discussing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, most
I have
likely.
I haven't seen it.
There's nothing to spoil, trust me. We're going to discuss Venom Dark
For
Origins
you.
comic. No, there isn't. I saw the movie. We could talk about it spoiler free. Trust me. And we'll probably be talking about Secret Invasion if you guys have been watching that at all.
I didn't watch yesterday's, but I forgot it. No, wait, today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, it came
what's
out today.
I
Yeah, it's
haven't seen
Wednesday.
today's. Have you seen
Okay.
it, Steve?
Yeah, I just watched it before this.
I hurried
podcast.
home so I could do this podcast.
I read the whole Secret Invasion, the 6 issue series too. So I wanted to see like what the old comics were like versus this show.
Yeah, Steve didn't come over to my house yesterday. He stayed at home and read Secret Invasion.
No, I read that a week ago. Yesterday I ordered Taco Bell and watched the rest of Superman. I finished all the Superman movies. So, well, the ones with Christopher Reeve. So,
Last two or something, aren't they?
yeah, yeah. The third one, oof, that is brutal. Everyone's right about that one. Fourth one, I didn't think the fourth one was as bad as people said, but the first one's definitely the best. I swear, in the first one, like there's a girl and her cat's in a tree, and Clark like saves the
Yes.
cat,
Yes.
and then the girl's like, "Oh, thank you, Superman." She goes into her house and she's like, she tells her mom like, "Superman just saved the cat out of the tree" or something like that. And it sounded like the parent was like, "Stop telling lies." And then she got smacked. Like you hear
Yes.
an audible, like,
Yes.
like
It's really
ah.
funny.
I was like,
That's
"Oh
the
my god,
70s.
That's
70s
what
and
happened
80s.
back then, bro.
Yeah.
stop telling your lies." Pap. I was like, "Damn."
Remember, you were born in '79, so you didn't get most of the '70s smacking.
I got some smackings.
You got the '80s smack though. '70s smack was a whole nother story.
Well, whatever it is, it
I
hurt.
got the 70s smacks too.
Yeah.
And the 60s. I think I got all of Steve's smacks.
You
got-
got the '30s smacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the 1830s.
Yeah.
That's what I got. The 1430s.
you got hit with the fucking plow.
Like I got put in an Iron Maiden.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, those are good, man. I enjoyed those. I wanted to watch them all because they announced who was going to play Clark and Lois in the new Legacy movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Miss Maisel.
Yeah, Brosnahan. Yeah, she's a good fit. So I got excited. So I watched all the old movies.
I don't know who the guy is. I saw him. He looks like Superman.
Yeah.
So the Superman Returns is technically a sequel to Superman 2, if you want to watch that one as well. It ignores Superman 3 and 4 and is supposed to be a sequel to the Richard Donner movies.
I thought that one was good. I didn't a little too much Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, but besides that, I thought Brandon Routh was good. I liked him as Superman.
I've seen that one plenty of times. I don't need to rewatch that one.
Oh, okay. I like that one okay, but they made the mistake though of since they were trying so hard to go with the Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner style.
Yeah,
they didn't give him anybody to punch. You know, like I mean, Superman 2 technically had villains for him, but it was all another real estate scam like the first movie. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Every Superman movie can't be about him stopping real estate scams. Like that is not why we have a physically powerful Man of Steel, so he could stop a billionaire from making more money.
Did they play the comedic music in Superman Returns every time you saw Lex Luthor? It was like doo 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 doo.
It definitely had some levity to it, but no, I don't think it was that goofy. But it definitely had some, it had a sense of humor to it though. that they didn't. The Man of Steel was devoid of.
Miss Tessmacher.
But yeah, it was okay. I really liked the airplane. When he saved the airplane, that was the best part of the movie, and it was like the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
They did the best thing in the middle. They really messed up the third act on that one. But it doesn't help when, again, your plot is, oh, Lex Luthor's gonna fucking buy up create real estate, create demand for his real estate.
Kryptonite
Like,
real estate. Yeah.
yeah, it's like you got to stop with that, dude. Like, I mean, one thing I have to give Zack Snyder credit to, at least he brought a powerful villain on screen. Now, granted, he made it look like a goddamn thalidomide baby, but he at least brought Doomsday and gave him like a powerful enemy. I don't know why he didn't do the comic book design. God forbid you make it look like the comic book. But yeah,
The third one I was kind of falling asleep in. Like I was, especially when he was fighting himself. I was like, man, this scene in the junkyard's going on for way too long.
I've been watching Justice League, the cartoon.
Yeah.
There's a 2-season run Justice League, and then there's Justice League Unlimited 2 years, where they bring in a bunch of fucking characters. The regular Justice League cartoon is freaking fantastic. The stories in there is great. I've been going to sleep with that every night. It's nice.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Have you watched it?
It's been about a year. I watched the first season of the first, not the Unlimited, but just the first one.
It's good, wasn't it?
When
they watch the second one,
they go into like that alien race, and it looks like they're inside the stomach of some beast or whatever. It's like it's all like cellular cell walls that like they're inside of. I don't know.
I've seen sporadic episodes here and there. I've never sat down and watched an entire season sequentially, but yeah, it's all in that Bruce Timm Batman animated series type vein.
Batman is Kevin Conroy's awesome.
Yeah, I was able to watch.
They do a great job with Batman and Superman in the cartoons, in those cartoons.
Yeah, all that Bruce Timm stuff.
I was able to watch a lot of stuff because that Flash movie got me sick. not the people inside. Like somehow that diseased, rotten piece of shit manifested itself upon me or something. I was sick.
That was such a good movie. I don't know why you feel that way.
Sick for 3 days, and the power was out. The AC was out for 4 days. I don't know if you've ever been sick and have no air conditioning. It was the worst week of my life. But I did get to watch a lot of movies, so that was cool. John Wick 4.
Is that out yet?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, I bought it. I didn't know if Sean had my login or not. That was
sweet.
You
gotta give me your login.
That was awesome. Great nunchuck scene.
Give me your Kenny login.
Kenny login. All right. Oh, Extraction. Sean said he told me to watch that. I don't remember it, but goddamn, that movie was awesome.
The first one.
We talked about Extraction, Rob, like years ago. I swear to God,
It's been a while. It's been like
I remember when it came out. I remember gushing about it because I really liked it.
It was good.
Yeah. Did you watch the
I haven't watched the second one yet.
Did you watch the Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans movie that came out like last year?
Yes.
Yeah, the one by the Russo brothers.
Yeah, I liked that.
I had to check because you're not listening. So I had to make sure you watched that one.
I watched that, but that wasn't as good as Extraction.
The Gray Man.
Yeah, the Gray Man. Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Now, did you watch the Brad Pitt movie that was
Bullet Train?
Bullet Train.
I have not.
Yeah, Aiden and I went to the movie to see that. I said it was. I loved it.
You should watch Bullet Train too, Steve.
Is that out?
Bullet Train is fun.
It was on Netflix. Fun. I don't know if it's still on Netflix.
It's the same guy as John Wick that did Bullet Train. It's just fun. It's just Aiden and I loved it.
Yeah, I put that on my wish list.
It's a good movie. It was a good movie to go see. I think I enjoyed that one better than The Flash.
I liked Extraction better than John Wick 4. But
you saw John Wick 4 already?
Yeah, I bought it early access. I mean, I love them. I love John Wick, but the Extraction was just so real. Like it felt like
the first one or the second one.
The first one.
First one.
Really? I mean, I remember it being good. Okay,
dude, that was.
I really liked it. I watched it twice. I haven't watched the second one yet though.
Some of those scenes were very intense.
Yes.
Yeah, the scene at the end where he's just getting blasted and
I like the scene at the beginning when he just goes in and takes out all those dudes.
Just takes everybody out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite.
I have to I don't remember it that well. I just remember it was all action. I mean, I I don't remember the plot besides them extracting somebody, but
fuck the plot. You don't need a
Yeah,
plot. Fucking
yeah.
extract some shit.
yeah. But Steve, don't you need a love story?
No, I didn't need one there. I didn't need one there. John Wick is great too. It's just, it's a bit absurd. It's like, god damn,
Well,
everybody and their
that
mother is
series
going.
honestly went absurd with the second movie. As soon as they expanded that world, it became a comic book movie basically. Everybody's an assassin.
Yeah.
Like it went off the rails on this. And I liked the movies, but the first movie felt grounded to some extent. I mean, it's still over the top. He kills like what 50, 60 dudes in that movie. But
Over a dog.
which I get that. To me, that makes perfect sense. That's the best motivation. I was ready to kill over a wait time in a pharmacy drive-through. So over a dog, dude, I'll go through 60 people in like in a half hour.
Yeah, it's absurd but fun as hell. And they wrapped this last movie up perfect.
Well, that's Bullet Train. Bullet Train, they developed the characters really well.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I do want to see that. It's on my wish list.
Yeah, if it's still on Netflix, check it out. I don't know if it's still. I know it came to Netflix pretty quick after it was in theaters, so I watched it. All right, so we'll keep it spoiler free for Rob, but I do want to talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Dr. Jones.
Logan just went with me to go see it the other day, which I wouldn't I wouldn't have gone if he wasn't going to go with me, but he gave in. He did not want to go. He's like, Dad, it looks horrible. I'm like, it looks very mediocre, but I want to see it. It's Indiana Jones. I want to see it.
You just want to hear the score. Dun, 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 dun. Here,
dude,
John
the score
Williams.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. Speaking of the score wasn't well done in this movie at all.
Really?
They implemented that fanfare at seemingly random moments, and then like the rest of the score was very forgettable.
Really?
So I don't know if John Williams is like phoning it in or just he's got somebody doing it for him or whatever. But it didn't feel like a John Williams. But the movie didn't feel like a Steven Spielberg Indiana Jones though either, and it wasn't. So
yeah.
Isn't John Williams like 104? Like, can he?
He's very old. Yeah,
I think that might be his last one, major.
But yeah, this movie though just overall was just it was disappointing, and there were elements that were like better than Crystal Skull, but there are elements that were also worse.
Really?
And I just rewatched Crystal Skull, and I enjoyed it a lot more. It's still not good, but it's a lot better. And one of the things Crystal Skull had that this one did not was that Indiana Jones sense of humor. This movie was almost completely humorless.
Really?
It was, yeah. And I don't mean like they were trying and failing. I mean, they did have a couple jokes that didn't work very well, but for the most part, they weren't even trying to bring any humor to it. It was very strange.
Well, they set the tone with it being depressing,
Yes.
After the initial action sequence, but yeah, I told Sean as soon as I got done, I was like, I felt sorry for Indiana Jones. Like I was like, I don't like that at all, dude. And then,
my gripes with it are more, and again, without spoilers, really is almost every action sequence is just a chase scene. The chase scenes are far too. I already don't like chase scenes, and they're far too long. Too long. The tuk-tuk chase scene is like 20 minutes. I swear to God,
dude, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
The opening scene wasn't too bad, but again, it was too long with him on the train. And I couldn't help but think of Last Crusade, the opening when he's on the train, and how quickly that moved and progressed to a resolution, and how this one was just dragged the fuck out. Mm-hmm. And also that one just felt more real because they were actually on a train. This one, it was all CGI and sets and whatnot.
Do they explain what happened to his son? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I do exactly. What's funny is I almost knew exactly what they were going to do with the son, and I was right.
Back to that train on the Last Crusade. Not only did it move fast, and it was a great scene, but it also showed you where he became afraid of snakes and where he got his whip too,
and his hat at the end.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, at the very end when he goes back to the house.
he gets the scar. He uses a whip, gets the scar on his chin.
Yeah,
and then it so much in that so much storytelling in that one sequence, basically.
Well, we knew I thought we already knew where he got his hat. I thought it was from young Indiana Jones. Well, that's how he got his name.
No, they say that in Last Crusade too. You named the
guess they
dog
are.
Indiana?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they reveal some stuff in Young Indiana Jones. I wonder
I
what
do not
it is.
remember that show at all.
I never saw I never saw it.
I remember
But
watching it.
so yeah, Last Crusade reveals the hat, the name, and Indiana was the name of George Lucas's dog.
Yeah.
And initially the movie was going to be called Indiana Smith, but Spielberg didn't like it. So yeah, I just found all that. I was watching behind the scenes making of type stuff. So in 1977, when Star Wars opened, Spielberg and Lucas went to Hawaii while they waited for the returns for the weekend to find out if Star Wars was going to be any good. I guess it did all right. Um, uh, and they were sitting there, and after Lucas could kind of focus and find out that his movie was in fact not a bomb, Spielberg was saying how he's like, I always wanted to make a James Bond movie, and Lucas was like, oh, I got something better than that, and he starts pitching him Indiana Jones, but he at the time he called him Indiana Smith, and he tells him, the whole, his whole idea for the character and the type of movie, and Spielberg sold on it, except he's like, I don't like the name. And so Lucas is like, how about Indiana Jones? And he's like, let's do it. So that's basically the birth of Indiana Jones. George Lucas talking to Spielberg on a beach. And he was right, too. It is a better character than James Bond, in my opinion. But it's crazy that Lucas was involved in such two major franchises that had such longevity.
Right?
And people had the audacity to, like, yell at the man because Phantom Menace sucked. Like, show some respect. Do that shit in private. You don't fucking do that. You don't go on the internet and do that in places where he's going to see it. That's rude.
I just pictured you like going in a closet and lashing yourself.
Now, I would just do it in private conversations, and I never once was like, fuck George Lucas. People were like really mad at George. I was more like, what happened? I was just kind of like, I was more disappointed, but some people were like genuinely angry with the dude. And that was stupid to me.
It's the same people that get angry at My Best and whatever.
Right.
Rose.
They get mad at actors
It's
for
like,
playing
really?
roles.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, dude. They're just playing a character.
So back to Dial of Destiny, though. So the issues, again, almost every scene is a chase scene because he's 80 years old, so he's not really going to get in fist fights with anyone, especially not that giant monster fuck-off dude.
I heard he really rode the horse. So there you go.
That was kind of a fun sequence, a little bit. The horse and the subway and stuff, and it had like a kind of a classic indie moment when he gets on the subway. That
Still
was
doing his own stunts.
somewhat enjoyable.
Did you
then
see
you had the Helena Shaw?
when he went to run, dude? Like,
oh my, yeah.
before they got the stunt double in there,
Yeah.
you could just like, it looks like me trying to get up off the couch, dude. It's like, ooh, everything
And he just
starts to straighten out. It's all hunched over.
I did, and it was like a shot from the back too. So his pants are all bunched up like old man pants, and his butt crack and stuff. It was very weird. So you had the Helena Shaw character, who played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge from of Fleabag fame. Her character was fine. Here's my biggest gripe, and I don't. This is not a spoiler, but basically, there's like 3 points where she literally tries to get Indiana Jones murdered. And then at the end, she's like, I got to save Indiana Jones. And I'm like, you tried to murder him 3 times. 3 times. No less than 3 times. She tells somebody to shoot him, literally. She left him behind to get shot in the one chase scene at the beginning.
She's like, he's Indy. He'll get out of it.
And then, but she literally told those cops or whatever to shoot him. And then when she was trying to sell the one thing in that room full of people, she's like, shoot him. Fucking shoot him, it's mine. Like, and that was very weird to me that she goes from 3 attempts at murder of this man, 3 full-blown attempts that I guess we're supposed to take as a joke. I don't find it funny. I don't want people to look at somebody who's pointing a gun at me and say, shoot him. That would terrify me.
After the way they introduced his character, like what he's doing now, I was like, go ahead and shoot him. His life's fucking over. Just kill him. Put him out of his misery.
But yeah, it was just it's not bad. Like, it doesn't have any cheesy moments. It doesn't have like the swinging on the vines thing. But Mads Mikkelsen is pretty cool as the villain. But it just it's way too long. 2.5 hours is too long for this movie. Again, no, it's the longest Indiana Jones movie, and it doesn't need to be. You know, the 80-year-old Indiana Jones movie doesn't need to be the longest one.
I thought they could have made Mads Mikkelsen way better, dude.
I
He
agree.
could
I
have been
agree. I liked him, but he could have been much more evil or ominous. But he's still good. You know.
yeah.
But just
and then
what he brings to it is good, but it definitely could have been written better.
but then he's got his cronies with him too, and they don't even explain like any of these people. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't care. One of the guys from Alabama, but he's working with a Nazi. What? How does that happen? Like, it's
I think that makes sense. Knowing what I know now about people from Alabama, I think it works. I think
maybe
checks
not
out.
back in that time.
I think definitely back in that time.
Yeah.
100% back in that
There's
time.
actually, I was watching a docu-series about this one, somebody from the South. He was like some businessman who was like working with the fucking Nazis and like actually got into the president's ear, and who was the president then? Fuck, I'm so bad. But he was like, no, get the fuck out of here. But the guy was like a sympathizer and was trying to make lots of money off of Nazi shit, man. So
you got to remember, man, that was the KKK era.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all very believable in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just want to believe that everybody would fight Nazis, you know, back then.
Growing up, I used to think that
wasn't from Canada. You know, Alabama is much more believable.
And then this is like a 5 out of 10 for me.
Woo! So the Flash is much better than this Indiana Jones.
The Flash was so much fun. I really enjoyed the Flash.
Steve,
I'll tell you why. Because in Indiana Jones, he didn't say "Let's go Barbie party" or whatever. Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Here's the thing, Logan, who it feels a little bit less excited about the Flash. He said that the Flash was better than this movie, and he wasn't feeling great after he saw the Flash, but he said the Flash was much more enjoyable than this movie.
Yeah.
So the only thing that can save the summer flicks again is Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible, baby.
Is that what you're saying?
God, dude! I watched Top Gun Maverick again. I was talking to Sean. I was praising it today on the phone. Top Gun Maverick was fucking awesome. That saved the movie industry. Fuck Spider-Man. Fuck Dead Aunt May. I don't give a shit, dude. Top Gun Maverick was the shit. I could watch that 1,000 times over and over and over again.
No, it was still Spider-Man that did it because it did it first and it made more money.
Whatever.
That's because, like, here's the thing: if Spider-Man didn't do well, maybe Top Gun doesn't come to the theater. Maybe too many theaters close. So let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
the Spider-Man.
It's all right.
A good full 6 months before Top Gun.
When did Spider-Man come out?
December of the previous year, before 6 months before.
But
Maverick did.
I thought he saved the summer movies. I didn't know.
Everybody's just saying he saved movie theaters. Like, no, Spider-Man did that,
and he's going to do it this year too because everything has failed until Mission Impossible. Have you been reading?
Not true. Spider-Verse has done insane numbers.
Yeah, it's all right. Mission Impossible.
No, it's made money. Like, you can't just deny. Why does everybody hate the fact that Spider-Man makes money? What is that fucking weird shit?
Man, a lot of people. I see a lot of stuff about how they love
I guarantee you're gonna like Mission Impossible better than the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, I probably will, but it doesn't change the fact that it made a fuck ton of money, especially for an animated movie.
Yeah,
like it made a shit ton of money.
The reviews of the Mission Impossible movie are really good, dude.
Oh, also, we've had Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and the Super Mario Brothers movie have come out this year. Like, we're doing all right.
Trash.
Money is money, brother.
Trash. Can't wait till Mission Impossible.
Dude, I'm looking at the grosses. Mario Brothers made like $1.3 billion.
Oh my God, dude.
Worldwide, yeah. Number 2 this year is Guardians. Sense. Guardians is number 2. Fast X is 3, and Spider-Man is 4.
Wow.
And Spider-Man could potentially pass Fast X just because it's still in theaters. I mean, it's not exactly bringing in a fuck ton of money, but it's still out there. I don't think it'll pass it though.
The Indiana Jones movie, I don't think did that well. over.
No, it didn't.
It only did like 50 or something the opening weekend.
It did, yeah. And I think over the 5-day, it did like 82, it was projected to do that over 3
It had
days.
the holiday to go with it, so that kind of helps.
Okay. So Fast X makes most of its money foreign. It only made 145 million here. Spider-Man's made 346 million here in America.
Yeah, that sounds right. Those fast movies do great worldwide.
Yeah, they really like stupid shit. It's Independence Day. I can be xenophobic. What else? Little Mermaid's number 5, Ant-Man number 6, John Wick number 7, Transformers is at number 8, Flash is at number 10.
Damn, I forgot about the Transformers movie.
Yeah,
Shouldn't that be out on home video soon?
I think it just came out a few weeks ago, but I don't know how.
I
guess it's doing all right.
I guess I was getting older by the time the Beast came out.
You didn't know the
I was
Beast?
kind of out of Transformers.
Oh yeah, they came out in like the 90s, I think, or maybe it was late 80s. But
I was like, okay, now, so they just look like mechanical beasts. All right, I get how it transforms in the car, and you can't tell the difference, but
Well, they show
transforming into a metal rhino, I don't know.
No, they show it in the
kind of looks
first.
fake.
They show it in the first movie. He's just like a plain like robot, and then he sees it, and then
Yeah, I'm saying to blend in though. That's not blending in.
Well, it is if you're in the fucking jungle.
You look like a fucking metal rhino. You don't look like a real rhino. Or, you know what I'm saying? I get how you can transform a car, but it makes no sense to transform into a beast.
Jane,
get the Constructicons. It looks like a metal, they...
Who's the...
But when you go to beasts, man, come on.
Who's the woman that would document the apes, Jane Goodall or something?
Yeah.
That's
yeah. She could tell the difference between a Decepticon and a
that's what you think.
Freaking ape.
Maybe she was talking to the Decepticon one the whole time. That's why they figured they were so smart.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that anyway. I just forgot about it.
I watch it at home.
Yeah. So, are you going to go see Indiana Jones in the theater or what?
I think so. I think Molly wants to see it. So.
You should go. I mean, I know I'm not saying it's good, but I still think you should see it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like avoid this at all costs or anything like that.
When does Mission Impossible come out?
Sometime this month. I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dude.
dun, dun.
Yeah, you should definitely go see it. I mean, it was fine. It was just, nothing's going to match those first three.
No. Let me see here. That can't be right. What? July 10th? It comes out Monday? What is that all about?
No, yeah.
According to this is what I looked up, they're playing it at my IMAX theater on Monday.
Well,
Monday night. I don't know what's up with that. This can't be the right movie. Something's wrong here. This can't be right. Yeah, I must be looking at something else. Showtimes. Let's go to that. Yeah, July 10th. What?
And then part 2's when? A year from now or something?
It says July 12th.
Yeah. Okay.
So that'd be
this
Wednesday.
says July 10th on.
No, I see July 10th. You can get tickets at Paradiso.
That's weird. I wonder what that's all about.
That's really weird.
Well, next week at some point next week, it's out.
Tom Cruise making another genius move to put movies out
on Monday.
On Monday.
On a Monday.
Hey, man, I got a light day on Monday. I might head out of work and straight to the theater.
I got to check my Cinemark app and see when they're playing it in my local Cinemark. It's not an advertisement.
Yeah, I thought the ending of Indiana Jones was very lackluster.
So the third act was definitely my favorite part by far, and I won't go into that because of spoilers, but if they would have got to that a lot sooner, I think I would have liked it more.
Here, go ahead and talk about it. You can go into it. I'm going to get a drink because
that doesn't matter.
It's 95 degrees and I'm out of drinks.
I was like, I need some hot coffee.
I've been drinking cold stuff.
All right, so my closest theater has it playing here on Tuesday at 2 p.m. is the first showing at the theater closest to me.
So you're probably Monday midnight then? Or no, it's only Tuesday?
Well, no, they tend to open Monday. Well, my theater, but I think like IMAX and large format, I think it's opening on like Monday night. But yeah, my theater's playing it at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. So
That
it's
is
like, well, fuck, I guess I'm going to go to that.
That is kick
I think I'm going
ass,
to get,
man.
dude, nobody's bought tickets for the 320. I might go to see it. Oh, dude. I think my free ticket kicks in 2 days.
Look at you. Look at you so excited.
Pumped, dude. I'm pumped for Mission Impossible.
Somebody's going to go with franchise. Somebody's going to go with you for that, right?
Probably not. Nobody cares about Mission Impossible. I've showed them to the kids.
Oh my god, dude, those movies are great.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going by myself once again, which is why you need to move up here, bro. I need somebody to go see movies with.
Dude, I'm about to. Dude, I was telling Kristen, I was like, dude, it is 104 degrees on like daily down here. Like
that's nuts.
Well, it's not that hot, but I mean, it was last week. But but I mean, like it's at least close to 100 every day. It's like, dude, let's just move north, you know? Like as the planet heats up, let's stay cool as long as we can, you know?
Right. Yeah. Run away.
Like fucking go to. I was thinking about moving to Newfoundland or whatever.
I'm guessing she's not receptive to that idea, though.
No, hell no. We just bought this house. She don't want to go nowhere.
Oh man, yeah.
But she don't have to work in a fucking truck with no air conditioning either every day.
Right. That was definitely the worst part of my last job, man. It was just in the summertime. It was like, okay, try not to kill yourself.
Right.
Or die of heat stroke, either one.
I keep looking at the news. It's like, oh, these people died of heat stroke today. And I'm like, yeah, dude, bring it. That's what I do every day.
And then you get a text message from your employer and they're like, stay hydrated out there as they sit in their air-conditioned office.
They give you these little fucking like pouches that you can get wet and put on your head. I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
That doesn't help when it's fucking 100 degrees. The water is instantly.
How about you spring for air conditioning in these goddamn trucks? All the stuff I actually care, you motherfuckers.
Right?
But goddamn, not that hard.
At least half the fleet has no air conditioning in their truck.
That's so wrong. Yeah, we didn't talk about it at all.
We never talked about it.
Oh, you just talk about me.
No, we'll go into it when you watch it. We'll go into it.
All right.
It's not imperative to spoil anything.
It wasn't a 9 out of 10 movie that needed to be talked about.
Right. And there is stuff I do want to discuss about it, but it can wait. What else did I have on my list? So I know you guys. So you didn't watch Secret Invasion yet, Rob. But what do you guys just overall thoughts so far?
It's okay.
I really like it. I really enjoy it.
I think we're gonna start getting meaty. We got the setup. The last thing I remember is his wife is a Skrull.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Oh fuck! I had a question about that. That's not Talos's wife, right? She's dead, right?
No, that's his wife. That's Nick Fury's wife.
Okay, at first I was like, dude, is he's fucking Talos's wife? And he told Talos she was dead?
I don't think Marvel's doing that. No,
well, that's why I thought at the end, I was like, holy fuck, is that Soren or whatever?
Oh,
and then
you saw today's.
Well, they said her name in this episode. I was like, oh, it's not her. But last week, it had me thinking he was fucking his wife. I was like, damn,
this is where they left me. I think they want you to believe that he doesn't know it's a Skrull, but I think he does. I think he married a Skrull. But that's me, and I'll find out in about an hour.
Yeah, I think it's solid. I think it's better than some of the other series for sure.
Yeah.
But one of my issues and this, I guess this would have to apply to the comic book version too. I haven't really read like much stuff with Skrulls in it, but something I don't like, and I don't like it kind of in the same way I don't really like the multiverse just because of the backdoor option, is they can make anybody a Skrull.
Yeah.
Retroactively even.
Yeah.
But on top of that, the Skrulls themselves have no way of knowing if they're talking to a Skrull, which I find strange. Like, I feel like they should know if they're in a room with Skrulls, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
like do a little or something like that.
Well, no, I mean, they should be able to sense their own, you know? Like,
like through smell or
the
something.
way dogs know that they're dogs and that we're humans, you know. It's like that. They should have a way, because the fact that they can just deceive each other all the time is fucking insane.
Are you sure dogs know the difference between humans and dogs? Because I've had dogs try
Yeah,
and hump my legs multiple times.
yeah. No, they do try to do domination and stuff like that, but they also they treat my dogs treat each other differently than they treat humans. They don't behave the same way with each other
I was just
that
going
they
for
do
that.
with us.
I was just going for that stupid joke.
Gotcha. But yeah, I feel like Skrulls should have some way of knowing someone else is a Skrull, whatever, some sort of tell. Maybe they can't 100% duplicate the behavior, so they can always tell when they walk in a room or something. I
So
don't
does
know.
the third episode pick up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I
Good.
think so, but I don't think it's bad at all.
No,
I'm going to keep
I never
watching it.
said it was bad.
No, but it's
It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. He's
Right.
awesome.
I enjoyed the scene with him and
Is this
Rhodey.
today?
Rhodey. Yeah, Rhodey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a good scene. I like that scene. Yeah,
Yeah, they need to
solid
pick
stuff.
up, like, if it's going to be like the comic, they need to pick up soon, because it's like war in the streets for most of the comic, and it's like everybody. It's like old Avengers, new Avengers, fucking everybody.
Well, I don't think they're gonna bring the Avenger. I don't think it's gonna be like
I don't think
Secret
it's
Invasion.
I don't think it's going that way.
Because they hinted when Fury was talking to Rhodey, they're keeping it on the down low.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to bring in the Avenger. He wants to take care of it himself. It's
Can
kind of his responsibility.
Can I tell you something that might happen?
No.
I'm down to hear it. I would love to
Rob,
hear it.
take your headphones off.
Go ahead.
In the comic, Maria Hill's an LMD.
Oh,
But I don't know.
they
if
haven't really played up the LMD thing in the Marvel universe. I know they've mentioned it, but that's something they haven't
That
really
was-
gone to yet.
Steve's high on that from the
Agents
TV
of
series.
Yeah, they did a whole season with LMDs.
On what?
Agents of Shield. Phil,
Okay,
Phil Coulson.
gotcha.
But I don't know which direction. Like you said, obviously they're not going with the Avengers fight in the streets of New York or whatever. So
Yeah.
they can go any direction they want. But so far, it's pretty cool. And they do have Super Skrull. Oh, I just said something I shouldn't have said.
What? Because you said Super Skrull?
Well, Rob hasn't watched this last episode, but it's
Oh,
nothing.
now I know it's in the episode. I knew what a Super Scroll was from.
I don't. Well, I hear it. Well, let me put this out there. I watched the episode. I have no idea what Steve's talking about.
okay,
So
good.
I don't even. They
That
say
makes me
Super
feel
Skrull.
better.
Yeah,
They mentioned a Super Skrull.
well, in the last episode they showed the doctor experimenting.
yeah.
So that's what Gravik's trying to do. He's trying to make them more advanced. They mentioned that in this last episode.
I kind of play on my phone when I watch the show. I'm not.
And
Gonna
they
lie.
actually say the word in this episode. Like they say the term.
Steve had the
I got-
subtitles on.
He did. I don't, and I do watch it kind of half-assed because I'm not really into it. I'm just I kind of lift my head up because it's. I watch it mostly out of obligation, not because it's bad or anything, but I'm just not like into it.
Yeah, because it's not really. It's
It
something
is
to watch.
kind of.
It is crazy though, because obviously the main theme in the comics is you can't fucking trust anybody.
Yeah.
Right. And that's another thing. Like,
Yeah, but they're spies already. They can't trust anybody anyway.
like,
Doesn't
like,
matter.
But at least they can trust that somebody isn't like. For all we know, Rhodes is a Skrull right now, and they have his body
Well,
somewhere.
That's something that's cohesive between the comics and the show is they didn't realize how many Skrulls there were on Earth.
Yeah.
And like Fury finds that out, in the last episode.
And like I said, I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with the Skrulls not recognizing other Skrulls. I think that's weird. I think they should be able to know. It should be a smell, whatever.
I thought that
it is.
that council in the second episode that was interesting.
Yeah.
That was
A pheromone, maybe. Like, that's how so many other creatures recognize
He's
stuff.
so stuck on that. He's like, God damn it! They should.
Well, it's just, how can you, dude? You get away with so much shit. Like, how do you?
There is
You can just turn into 90 different people in a day.
Right.
Like, who
Right.
even is a Skrull? If they like, there should be a time or the amount of time they can hold that form, or there should be some kind of rules applied to it. It's insane that, like, think about a chameleon, right? So supposedly chameleons change colors when they touch stuff. I guess that's not actually what happens, but they can disguise themselves, but only for like periods of time and certain colors and things like that. So the notion that the other, I mean, yeah, it's fine that humans don't recognize them. That makes sense. But the fact that other scrolls just have no idea when there's another scroll in the room is fucking weird to me.
Do they mention that in this show? Like, do they?
No, didn't you see in this episode when he's having that meeting with that dude, and then all those people just turned into scrolls suddenly, and he has no idea? Did you not? When Talos is in the room having a meeting with Gravik, and everybody just turns into a fucking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Everybody in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like you didn't know any of those people were scrolls.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
Did he get it yet?
Yeah, there's Rob. We're not spoiling. Rob, I don't know why you don't trust. Name the one time I spoiled something for you.
Last week, you motherfucker.
What did I do? What did I spoil?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I just want to be
why are you treating me
overcautious?
There's no reason. I'm not going to ruin anything for you. That's not my MO. It never has.
I'm not worried about you.
Steve doesn't spoil stuff either.
That's not true.
Not intentionally.
I already slipped up earlier with the Super Scrolls like a minute ago.
I don't think that was a slip up. I don't think that
sound like you did, but
it doesn't matter.
Is what happens with you, Steve.
Now, besides, there is a possible
one more beer, and I'm getting really worried.
There is a possible, like, besides Maria Hill, like if she's an LMD in the end, that'll be cool. But there is one other thing that could really be cool, and I will not say it. But
okay,
if it's like the comic, it could be really cool.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm enjoying the show.
It's got to pick up a little bit. I already forgot it was on tonight. So
yeah, you need
I'm not looking forward to the next episode every week. You know what I mean? Where I go, oh yeah, it's Wednesday. But I mean, it's good. It's okay.
It's fine.
Yes.
It's not.
Well, no, I'm with Rob. They got to pick it up, dude. There's only 3 episodes left, so I mean,
really, there's only 6.
Yeah.
Wow, they got a lot to do.
Let's go.
Interesting. Well, I think they picked it up in this episode a little bit. The ending of it.
Mm-hmm.
The ending.
Spoilers, but. All right. What else do we got here?
I'd just like to congratulate you guys. This is our 100th episode. So
really,
good. You guys did good.
Yeah, that's 2 years of this shit.
Yeah,
at least I think we've been doing it longer.
Yeah, well, we don't do an episode every week.
Oh, I have a correction from the last episode. I said that the Flash movie had the Reverse Flash in it, but Steve was right. It's actually the Dark Flash.
Steve was right.
So just devotion to accuracy department.
Well,
you gotta have correct information out there.
We all knew, like Steve and I knew that Ichabod or whatever the fuck his name is, he's a different character, but you don't know if like they could have made him the Reverse Flash. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
you don't know who's if they're gonna do a faithful adaptation. But no, Steve was right that was definitely the Dark Flash looks like that. The Dark Flash is Barry Allen, I believe, in the comics. Even I just did a little more research and looked it up because I was curious. Because I didn't even know the Dark Flash existed until Steve mentioned it. So I don't know anything about the Flash,
dude. You said Ichabod, and all I can think about is Ichabod Crane, and I can't think of the guy's real name. And
it's a weird
Eobard or something.
Eobard, thank you, Eobard.
Eobard.
Yeah, I can't say that. So
it's the dumbest name ever. It's so stupid.
When I see his name, it's Ichabod because.
Yeah, we're definitely not making Eobards anymore. Like, we don't do that.
I've never heard that name in my life.
That's because he's from the future. In 50 years, everybody will be named Ichabod.
That's true.
Whatever his name is.
He's from way in the future, too. Like a couple hundred years.
But, I don't like having incorrect information out there. So, correction.
Oh, man.
It is the Dark Flash. All right, so what else? You want to get into this week's comic?
Yeah.
I don't really have how far. We're 44 minutes in. We may as well. All right, so this week we did Venom Dark Origin, a 5-issue limited series from 2008. by Zeb Wells and Angel Medina, giving like a true origin for Eddie Brock as Venom, basically. And and basically it starts from when he was a kid. So we get the whole like abused kid, actually kind of like weird kid. It's almost like he's like Michael Myers almost. It starts off with him. So some neighbor kids are looking for a cat, and he's like, I'll help you find it. And then it turns out he's the one who took the cat and hid it just so he could look like a hero, basically.
He's a
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, they make him much more likable in the movies.
And I got it. Overall, I do not like this origin at all.
Okay, it was me. I thought it was me.
No,
I was like, is this his real origin, or
I think it's technically canon now. But
Ugh.
yeah, he's out
As a
with some
dick.
girl, and
he
leaves
like,
her to get
take
fucking,
her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, come on, dude.
So if nothing else, he's had character development over time, but goddamn, he was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he did that thing like he did with the cat. He stole that girl's pom pom, and then he went to give it back to her. You know, it's like, hey, I found this. You know, trying to get her to talk to him, and she's like, they're free. I could have got another one, but thanks.
And then Spider-Man, basically, they're about to get bugged. Spider-Man intervenes. She gets knocked out, and then he takes all the credit when she wakes up. She's like, what did you do? And he's like, oh, I took care of him, you know. It was easy.
And like Rob was saying, though, like when she was knocked out, he was like, just take the girl.
Yeah. It was like totally spineless.
Right.
Completely. And what's weird to me, so this came out in 2008. He had his own series for a while. Like he got his first series back in 1993. So he had been established as a hero, you know, an anti-hero, but it's weird to me to go back and then be like, oh, remember this guy who's a hero? He's a total piece of shit, actually.
Right?
Right. Did you remember this comic when you were watching the movies? Like, did that have any imprint on you?
Well, I do like how he's portrayed in the Tom Hardy movies much better. I mean, this goes more in line with his character in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it's one thing to like fake your application to get a job, but it's a whole nother thing to take her and rape her instead of let me go. That's just that's too far.
Yeah, like me. He's like Sean says, is spineless, and there's no way anyone would get behind that character in a movie. You know,
I don't want to watch that guy.
Exactly.
And then you have like his rise to the top, and he's willing to put people in harm's way so he can stay on top as a reporter. He's got somebody claiming to be the Sin Eater, murderer.
Well, yeah, he goes into journalism to impress his father, and like the whole time, like there's a couple panels when he's in the classroom and his teacher is talking about journalism and you know how important it is, and you know he's talking about Watergate and how those two reporters took down a president, you know. And I was you just can't help but think like today, what's going on, you know? It's just like journalism is important. It's very important, you know? Like it is so crucial, you know? And they had the same theme in Superman 4, like the beginning of it. It was basically like this character called something Warfield. He's basically like Rupert Murdoch, you know. He just comes in, he's like whatever sells papers, and Perry White's like, dude, it's not about selling papers, it's about the truth, you know.
Right.
And then you just see what's happened over the years, and it's just like you just realize how important truth is, you know.
Yeah, and he's basically just Rupert Murdoch with Fox. He's like, it's not important to get truth out there, it's important to just get viewers.
right, exactly.
That's all that matters. It's not about the news. It's fucked up, man.
You had the Enquirer like buying stories to
hide
bury them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for people that were friends.
But I mean, like, just what happened? Trump. Like that, what happened to the ideal? Like nobody cares anymore. You know.
Well, here's what it is. You have people saying that the mainstream media, which somehow doesn't include Fox News, the biggest mainstream media outlet for whatever reason, the mainstream media is lying. Which what gets me about that is people forget that you are held liable if you make accusations and they're not true.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
what
can go
happened with the
so
voting
and
with the
even
voting machines. They got sued because you
and, yeah,
can't
right.
you can't just lie.
Right. And instead they twist that, and it's weird that they don't understand that even Fox. So with Tucker Carlson, he would come on and say, "I'm just asking questions." So is it possible that Joe Biden eats penises for breakfast? I don't know that he does. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm
But
I'm
he's not
just
saying
I'm
that
just
Joe
giving
Biden eats.
my own opinion. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions. I'm not stating anything.
Yeah.
But when they actually, if you look at a Fox News segment where they're trying to give the news, so they'll still like put their spin on it, but the actual statements are quotes and things that are basically indisputable. Like, and when they're actually stating something, it has to be true because they don't want to get sued, right?
Yeah.
But and then they ended up getting sued anyway. And then people look at it as like, oh, they're a victim. It's like, no, they lied to you and you believed it. And instead of just admitting like, oh man, maybe these guys are dishonest, you'd rather just be like, no, it's all this all these other people pulling the strings. It's like, no, if anybody's pulling the strings, it's Rupert Murdoch. It's Donald Trump. It's like,
they settled for like a multi-billion-dollar.
Dude, there's another one. Systematics still trial hasn't gone to trial yet.
yeah.
I just thought I'm like when I'm reading this comic, I'm just like, why? I don't understand why people just keep falling for this, though.
Well, here's the other thing, though, is people have found their own news sources. And by their own news sources, I mean YouTubers, Redditors, people who don't have culpability and liability.
Right.
Because they're not, putting it, they'll either come out anonymously, they'll post anonymously, literally QAnon.
And that's why I'm reading this comic. It hit me so hard, the importance of journalism,
Right. And having reliable sources for that instead of just, oh, I saw this guy on YouTube and he says blah, blah. And I know he's legit because he's been in jail 7 times for molesting children. So he's a real reliable. That's literally like the background of these people. They're like in jail twice for abusing their spouse, touched some kids, clearly knows his shit.
That was
this
the Pizzagate guy. Was like,
yeah.
That's
what I mean. Those are their sources.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking nuts.
He walked off camera when he's like, you've been something, a pedophile or something, and he just walked away.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Dude, Logan came up to me the other day. Logan was like, he said something along the lines of, and he said Christians, right-wing Christians have ruined the image for people who have a strong anti-child trafficking or anti-pedophile stance. Basically, because anytime a Christian comes out with a hard line on child trafficking or pedophilia, it's inevitably proven that they, in fact, are involved in it. So now it used to be, if you 5, 6, 10 years ago, whatever, everybody just universally looked down on pedophiles and people who abuse children sexually, physically, whatever, trafficking children. It just seemed like one thing we could all agree on, right?
Right.
And then the right wingers come along and all of a sudden everybody on the left is a pedophile, yet it's only people on the right getting arrested for it. And it's that whole thing.
Somebody else just got arrested too for that.
Yeah. That's why Logan came up to me the other night and said that. He's just like, every time they make these accusations, they end up going down for it. It's insane.
But they still don't believe it. They still believe it's the left. I mean, even after all that. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm trying to ask you guys. Like, when did everybody just become so goddamn gullible? Or they just don't care?
No, Trump.
Well, I mean, that's it. Like, why can't you just renounce this dude? Or why can't you renounce people that have bad behavior? I don't understand.
Christians especially. That just makes me so mad because, like this one lady I knew, it was abortion. That's all, that is just evil. And it didn't matter if you sold your soul for Trump. It was all about saving babies, and it's crazy, man. But I'm telling you now, you see education like in the 80s and 90s, 70s, like education was like there was empowerment. You saw a lot of money going into education. Now you see all these Republicans wanting to keep people stupid, man. I'm telling you. And not just, I'm not talking just about forgiveness for loans and shit like that. Like they're like when Trump was president, what's that? Betty DeVos, whatever. They want to privatize schools and, you know, get these vouchers for religion. And, you know, so you're not learning, you know, without religion. And, you know, we know where religion leads to when it comes to shit. You know what I mean? You keep them, you don't want to empower people or educate them, you know, and that's the key. That's the key of getting people to vote for you that are stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If they're not thinking for themselves and they're just thinking, you know, and I'm not just picking on religion, but that's a big one because there's so many of them. You know, if you're just in that world of religion, you know, Steve, we grew up, you know, this is the devil, you know, and you're just in that pocket. So if you take away public education and you're not going to school with a black kid or a Latino kid and you have no idea about other people's cultures and you just know about this clique of religion, that's one way to, like, you know, that's one way to do it.
Okay,
And
yeah, I'll give
that's where
young
they're going now.
I'll give young people a pass, but like as you get older, dude, you have to start making decisions for yourself.
Yeah, but if that's all you've learned your entire life, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you've never been around other people.
I mean, I understand it's hard to break away, but for at some point, dude, you got to hold yourself accountable.
Well, that's true.
I think that morality can be learned a lot of different ways.
Yes.
It certainly doesn't have to be religion. But even comic books, you know, some people refer to comic books, movies, whatever. But I also think deep down, most people know when they're doing something wrong, even if they haven't technically been educated about it. But I think a lot of people are just stubborn. People really, they're so proud or prideful that they can't admit when they're wrong. So they
want to
just
be
keep
in
changing the story.
Yeah.
And instead of just acknowledging that, whoa, I misunderstood this, or I thought this about this person, I was wrong. Instead of just admitting that, they just keep. And what blows me away about that, though, is typically they're Christians, and you know, one of the things the Bible talks about a lot is no false idols before me, which is what they've done with Trump. I have never looked up to a politician ever. I have never bought a single piece of merchandise. I don't. They're politicians I have voted for because those are my options. I don't support politicians. I would never ever. Like, politicians are people who just they say what they can to get a job, you know. And when they don't say the right things, when you're Beto O'Rourke or whatever, what's that guy's name?
Beto
O'Rourke
from Texas.
And he comes out and says, "I'd ban all the guns." You can't say that because all of a sudden you're going to lose people who would normally support you. You can't say things that are true. So every politician lies or they change their values because to get elected. And when you do see an honest person like Bernie Sanders or whatever, you see what happened. The Democrats push him out. You know, they make sure he can't even, they primary his ass out, even though he shouldn't have been, and stuff like that. So I can never be like, yeah, pro Democrat, I'm pro this politician, I'm pro Joe Biden, I'm pro. That whole mentality blows my mind. But I think that goes back to conditioning. Just, you know, we are kind of like tribal people. And then in one way, you know, you look at sports fans, you know, sports fans like to gather at bars. They like to go to the event. And I think it's just that mentality. They like to get behind something. They like to support it no matter what. And they, instead of like, it's one thing to do it with sports. Sports don't matter. You know, the Browns will never win. You guys will support them forever.
Whoa, easy, buddy.
Yeah, but I also know that my team sucks. There's a big difference.
But what I mean, though, is like there's no morality to supporting the Browns, though. I mean, well, maybe because of this weirdo.
Well, yeah,
Deshaun Watson.
It didn't used to be.
But even that, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, though. There's not. It's not like,
icky.
Oh, you like the Browns? You like the team that just touches kids all the time? You know what I mean? Like, there's no morality to that. But so it's one thing to have an allegiance to that, or you know, I love Batman or Star Wars or whatever. But when it's a person is just a person. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter if you liked everything they said. Like, once they start fucking up, you should just be like, oh, never mind. I don't, You know what I mean? Like people burn their Redskins gear because they changed their name, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but this guy has 71 counts of whatever against him, and they're like, fake news. You know, he's being set up by the. It's like, so a man who's a billionaire and who was president for 4 years, if that's not an elite, because they're always talking about the elites, what exactly is an elite? If you're literally the president of the United States for 4 years, you are a billionaire before you even get there. What? Who's more elite than that? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna tell me George Clooney has more pull than Donald Trump? Like, you know, it's insane to me that they are choosing, they're willfully choosing to be stupid at this point, and they don't see it that way. But in their attempts to be loyal, it's insane. It's like I laugh at you guys for being hardcore Browns fans, and that's all in good fun. But it's absolutely insane when you find out, oh, this, you know, oh, the Browns have been cheating this whole time and they're still losing or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what they would have to do for you guys to bounce off. I don't even know if that would be enough. But
I don't think they.
But anyway, you find out this guy is been lying to you, that he is a con man. And there's a comedian though. She said, she's like, I think that maybe like conservatives, they just like a con man. Like they like a guy who just comes out and is, and whereas liberals, we like to be liberals like to be lied to in a smooth way.
I think what it is, I think Republicans, they just like winning at all costs, you know, like it doesn't fucking matter. Whereas, and they're the ones they're supposed to have the higher moral standards, you know?
Right.
And then
that's what they parrot.
And then Democrats are like, well, that's kind of fucked up. I don't think we should do that. But then they lose because they don't do that, you know?
And then they don't do anything though, because this is why I hate the Democrats. So they're always like, what can we do? Even when they hold, you know, if they hold Congress, the presidency, you know, they hold the House and everything, the Senate, and they'll still be like, there's not what we could do because of the Supreme Court. It's like, oh, you could expand the Supreme Court. Well, that's going to blah, blah. No. If the Republicans were here and things were flipped and all of a sudden the Supreme Court was just doing all this shit that impacted them, they'd be like, we're expanding the Supreme Court. We're allowed to do it. We're going to fucking do it. That's how the Republicans play. Democrats don't play that way. Like they could literally do that shit, change shit up. And they're like, nope. And meanwhile, I look back at the history.
We don't have a
right. But they had like 2 years.
The House. Yeah, they did have 2 years.
But even then even some of the Democrats weren't actual Democrats.
Right.
So anyway,
right.
But the point is though, they have options and they don't take them because they're like, well, we don't want to block. It's like, no, you have to do that. You have to play at their level. If what you're doing is legal, then fucking do it. Because, and the thing was with the Supreme Court, it's been expanded and the opposite.
Contracted.
Contracted. Yes. It's been expanded and contracted. Yeah. It's been changed. So, and like when we were talking to Keith via text, and Keith's like, why don't we do amendments? Like literally the word amendment is so we can amend things. And he said we haven't had a new amendment since 72.
The last amendment was in 92, but the last major 92 was just that Congress can't give itself a raise. That was the last amendment in 92.
What was 72?
Was a major one. What the hell was it? I forgot already. I looked it up.
But it doesn't matter. The point is they don't even look to that as an option now. We're not amending things
because we can't fucking agree on the goddamn budget, for fuck's sake, you know?
Yeah. But I don't understand. And again, it's not about us versus them in my mind. It's just about, why don't you just see things for how they are? Democrats do suck, but Republicans are literally doing things that impact you in a negative way, but they've also convinced you that trans people are bad and that there's a Hollywood pedophile ring, things that are not true. And you just believe that because you want to, because it fits your narrative. You don't understand trans people. So it's easier just to hate them and not let them have any rights, which makes no sense to me. And I'm not involved in that I'm indifferent. And this is going to make me seem real callous and insensitive. And it's because I am. But if people aren't doing something illegal, who cares what they're doing? Who cares if people are changing their genders and changing their names and getting breast implants or turning this into that or whatever. Who fucking cares? Nobody's forcing it on you. Why do you care so much? And this party that claims to be the Freedom Party is actually about removing freedoms and creating what they think is freedom, which is actually control. They want control. They don't want freedom. They want control and they want guns. To them, the ultimate freedom is owning an arsenal. Like that's if you limit the amount of guns they have or the type of guns they have, that's the tipping point. Like that, you've crossed the line at that point. That's the one thing they care about.
Well, yeah, and they got susceptible people that they can control easily through fear,
Christians.
and it works,
Yeah,
it fucking works. So why go away from that plan, But as I'm reading this comic and as I'm watching, the planet heat up and everything, it's just like, at what point are we gonna like come to fucking together? Like, what is it gonna fucking take, dude? It's gonna have to be like the fucking Watchmen, dude. It's gonna have to be like Ozymandias. You're gonna have to have a fucking squid from space to fucking bring us together. It's nuts.
Well, we had the opportunity with COVID, and thanks to Trump, somehow he took something that affected Americans, just humans. He took that and made it into something.
The whole world, not just Americans. The whole
Dude, I swear to God, Trump could have fucking been a hero for everybody.
He could have united us.
God damn, if he wasn't such a dick. He could have been a great fucking president. He would have got reelected.
He lives
if he just wasn't an asshole. It's amazing.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even that he is an asshole, but honestly, this is the one trait he has that his fucking followers, his supporters just don't see.
Shit, I thought that was I was looking out back. That's coming from you.
Cosmo. The one thing that motivates him more than anything is fear. Everything he does is out of fear. Fear of losing support. Like, you remember when he had the opportunity when the white nationalists like ran somebody over with a car at a protest or whatever, the whole statue thing.
Oh yeah.
And he had an opportunity to be like, those are bad people. Instead he was like, well, there's good people on both sides. And I was like, what? If you need, like, how do you not look at yourself and be like, I can't win this election without the support of the KKK, and not think, am I the bad guy? You know what I mean? Like, how do you not see that? But like, I need the white nationalist vote, otherwise I'm going to lose. What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's what you said precisely. It's fear. He
lives in a state of fear, and they see him as a strong person, and it blows my mind that they're so stupid that that's what a strong person looks like to them. Right. Somebody who lies constantly, accepts no responsibility ever, ever for anything
he fears
said or done.
He fears admitting he's wrong. You're exactly right. And then, like you said, that when you can admit you're wrong, that is true strength. That is right. That is what leaders should be made of.
Yeah, and you don't just you can't just support wrong-headed decisions and be like, and you could say it, like, Biden had made all kind of fucking racist laws, was a part of it back when he was in Congress, but he can still today be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
He said it.
I've grown since then. Yeah,
he said it.
Yeah, and that's
the Clarence
you
Thomas.
should be able to do that.
He got Clarence Thomas on the fucking bench. How'd that work out, buddy? And you're president now, and fucked you all up.
Meanwhile, Clarence Thomas completely and utterly corrupt. And
dude,
we have no oversight for the Supreme Court.
Dude, he just fucking stuck it to his own people, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. He was a poor kid from Georgia that benefited from affirmative action, and he just fucking gutted it, man. That's
what they do, though. That's what Republicans do.
Shit, man.
On their way up, they just cut all the ties to the people that supported them at the beginning, basically. They don't care. Like, once they've achieved,
I don't think...
I did it myself.
I think you underestimate the powers of a private jet, Rob.
Wow, I guess I do. That cruise that... I can't say that I've been on a, what do you call it? It's not a cruise ship, but a yacht.
Yeah, money is powerful, and that's another thing, I mean, I want to get back to the comic, but like, capitalism is driving us into the fucking ground, dude.
Oh, watch I'm a Virgo. Please watch. That's the assignment this week. I'm calling an audible. Watch I'm a Virgo on Amazon Prime. Please watch I'm a Virgo.
Is it a movie or a series?
It's like 5 episodes. It's not. I think it's 5 or 6 episodes. They're only like a half hour to 40 minutes long each. That is your assignment this week. Watch I'm a Virgo. I sent you guys a speech of stuff I've been saying for years about corporations and how we are more powerful than them if we just come together. This show is on that tip. It's by Boots Riley, the guy who did Sorry to Bother You.
Nice.
So, yeah, but check out I'm a Virgo. It's
Does
on
Steve
Amazon
ever
Prime.
watch that? Have we ever talked about that?
Yeah, we've talked
Oh,
about
okay.
it.
Yeah.
We watched it finally.
It took a while.
I just don't. That's something I never want to spoil though on the podcast.
Oh,
'cause
God,
it's
no.
it has such an insane twist that I just never want to
shit.
give that away.
I don't want to say it ever. You know, yeah.
You will not see this twist
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. And it's not like it was a movie that people watched and okay, it's been 5 years. You need to, you can talk about it.
Yeah.
That movie was so under the radar.
Right.
And like it's gonna have to be 50 years before you can fucking talk about it out in the open without spoiling it.
Dude,
So good.
the twist is so crazy. As soon as you mention the title of that movie, I immediately go right there.
That's it.
It's like that. That's in my head. Bam. Right.
It was
there.
so
But yeah.
good.
Check out that movie too. Sorry to Bother You. Great flick.
Wait. Let's go back to Venom: Dark Origins because I'm not done yet. I've got some questions.
All right, go for it.
Why is Peter's suit exactly like Venom? I don't. What is going on?
Okay. At what point?
He wears
What
a
do you mean
black
exactly?
suit. Peter Parker has a black suit.
Okay, so
And it looks like why does Venom have a spider on his? I don't understand.
okay.
Well, they
I
said
can answer this.
He said, "Can I? Let my dumb self answer it, and then see if how close I am." So he said that he brought it to Earth or whatever, or brought it. So he had. I don't know why his suit was black, but that's why Venom hated him so much, was because he got rid of Venom. That's what we're to assume.
Venom hated Peter for getting rid of
him. Yeah.
Right, but why does Peter still wear the Venom suit?
I don't know.
I have an answer. All right. So this goes back to Secret Wars. Secret Wars, I just found out, by the way, the only reason that crossover exists is because Marvel had just made a deal with Mattel to make action figures, and Mattel said they had done research and that the word secret and wars tested really well with kids. Could they do something with those words in them? So that's the impetus behind the
They
Secret
just
Wars
put them
comic.
together.
Yeah,
They're like,
Secret
yeah,
Wars.
we could do you one better. We'll just put both words right there.
Right. And so they did the Secret Wars, which was like this event where all the superheroes are up in space fighting some giant threat. I've only read little bits here and there. I know Steve read it, but
I read the first
from the 80s.
First 2 issues. I didn't finish.
It's a hard read because
Yeah.
it's the 80s and it's just now it makes sense why it's a hard read though, because it was more of a product than anything else. It wasn't like a passion product. It was literally just a product.
Didn't turn out like He-Man.
It was like Beyond Thunderdome in space. It was pretty sweet.
So at one point, Spider-Man tears his red and blue suit, and there's this machine that I think Reed Richards tells him about that will make him a new suit. It makes him a black suit with a white spider on it. And that's what we know at the time, is that he has this new synthetic suit that self-repairs.
This is
at some point.
Wait, is this before he met Venom?
I'm just hang on. So he gets this suit, and as far as we know as a reader at this point, is that he has a self-repairing all black suit. At some point, the narrative changes to the suit is sentient. God damn it, Cosmo! The suit is a living being. It is a symbiote. That's revealed. I don't know how soon that's revealed in the comics, but basically, and it starts coloring his behavior, and he needs to get rid of the suit. And he learns that it has weaknesses to sonics and to fire. And we still haven't met Venom yet. But the suit he's wearing is, in fact, Venom. I just don't know that they have that idea yet. So kind of fast forward to Spider-Man issue number 298. Todd McFarlane comes on for the first time. He's a new artist, young artist, up-and-comer. He doesn't like the black suit. He wants to draw the red and blue suit. So he works with the writer, David Michelini, to come up with a way to get the black suit off of Spider-Man. So he goes to a church, a Catholic church with a big fucking steeple bell. What the fuck's my fucking vocabulary shit anymore.
Steeple with a bell.
Cathedral. Cathedral is
or
what
bell
the word I was
tower.
trying to think of. Yeah. So, and then so Eddie Brock isn't really introduced until issue 298 of Spider-Man, which is years after, I think it was like issue 252 of Amazing Spider-Man, where we first see the suit. So it's been years. It's been years since we've had the black suit.
Oh, this is interesting. I thought Venom existed before.
Now, see, I think it's something they came up with later that with Todd McFarlane, because Todd just wanted to get the suit off of him.
Okay.
But David Michelini has also said, though, that he had this idea about the suit beforehand. So I don't know. But anyway, so you get this whole made. So Spider-Man had this whole storyline where he stops the Sin Eater, and then they kind of made up this Eddie Brock character to be like, oh, well, he was reporting at a different paper, and it turns out he wasn't reporting on the actual Sin Eater. He was reporting on this this faker, this imposter, and so the suit leaks down on Venom, like you see in the Dark Origins in the Thing. Well, Spider-Man had made a black suit basically before he got rid of it, though. Like he was trying to get rid of Venom. He had another black suit that looked just like it, but it was fabric. That's why he has a black suit at one point in the flashback. He did wear that until issue 301 when the red and blue suit comes back, basically. So that's why you see Spider-Man in a black suit.
Okay,
That's
so
not Venom.
it started as a self-repairing suit, and then it turned into a symbiote. Is that what you said?
The discovery is that, it's not a self-repairing suit, it's a symbiote.
But they never mentioned Venom or alien DNA or anything like that?
As far as not until 298, as far as I know. I'm not sure. I'm hazy on that. Don't quote me on that. Look that up. But I know that Venom wasn't mentioned until Todd McFarlane and 298. So they might have mentioned that it was like a symbiote and he wanted to get it off of him. I haven't read those issues in years.
Okay, well that would make sense then if it was, if it was a symbiote, that would explain why his suit looks exactly like Venom.
Yes.
Okay, that was the question I had.
Okay. I'm glad I had.
Good job.
Hopefully I'm not making another retraction next week.
Okay, question number 2. Anyone that Venom takes over, the host...
Cosmo! He needs to go out, and Mason won't come out here, and I don't know why. Cosmo! Shut up.
So, whoever Venom takes over, the host knows all of Venom's knowledge throughout the...
If he chooses to share it, basically. Okay. I don't know that he necessarily...
It's not immediate. He's got to...
Yeah, I don't think so, but I think he can choose to share that part of himself.
Okay, because I know that's how it was in the movies. He chose to share it with Eddie. Okay. All right.
And that's how he's able to avoid his spider sense. Take them out, Mason. Especially Cosmo. Yeah, so any other questions?
No, that I think that was it.
So basically that's the gist of the story, though, is Eddie had a mildly bad child. Not really bad. Like, he's not really... He does get psychologically abused by his dad.
Yeah. That was a fucked up part, because Eddie's really good at telling when people are lying. He can see it, And his mom died in childbirth, and his dad, in one of the scene or one of the panels, his dad was like, "It wasn't your fault," and then Eddie knows that his dad's lying. He blames Eddie for his mom's death, and I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Like that will fuck with a kid,
Right. So yeah, he's not a man with many morals. And he's just driven by this really idiotic revenge against Peter Parker, which I've always thought was just the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's clearly something they cobbled together so quickly to just get the suit off of him. It's like, really?
Yeah.
You blame Peter Parker because you lied about your source? But that's a very Trumpian Trump supporter thing to do, is to not accept any culpability for your actions. So
yeah, and Spider-Man explains it to him in this comic. He's like, you know why I'm better than you? Is because because it was my fault. I blame myself for letting that suit get out, and that's how you got it, and that's why you're having problems. Spider-Man blames himself. Eddie tries to put the blame on anybody but himself, which is pretty cool. And there were some great visuals in this comic too, especially when he goes into when Venom breaks into MJ's house. There's some really cool uses of the Venom suit and that how it expands and just I don't know mucks up the whole room. I don't know how to explain it.
The artwork is fantastic, and I like it too because it's still of that era where they were still doing a lot more stylized stuff, so the proportions are kind of crazy as opposed to being realistic, which is how I love to see Venom. Just like muscles on muscles on muscles.
Yeah.
Just super jacked and yeah. So the artwork 4 out of 4 for sure. Story I give it like a 2 out of 4.
One of the things the comic alluded to at the very end was that the Venom still longs for Peter,
Yeah, because he's more powerful.
Exactly. And Eddie's like, Venom said that's not the case, but Eddie's like, I choose to believe that I'm the better one, like he's just he's delusional,
Yes.
But I thought that was great that Venom's like, yes, I want Peter back, like give me that narcotic. Give me that narcotic.
Yeah. He really liked feeding off of that spider strength.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I give it a 2.5, 3. I thought it was pretty interesting. And it,
Any thoughts, Rob?
It was okay. Artwork was good.
This is something I wouldn't mind if they retconned. If they went back and did a different origin, like where he's not such a huge piece of shit.
Right. Like when I watch the movies now, I'm going to be thinking of this, I'm like, even though they don't portray Eddie like that at all in the movies.
Right.
I'm still God, because I don't think I would have liked the movies.
Right.
No, I wouldn't either. Like you can't have a character that's that fucked up and that just is that selfish and then make him into a hero.
Even an anti-hero. Yeah, that was too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like in coming out when it did, I think like 2008, 2006, whatever I said. It's weird to me that Venom had been popular as an anti-hero for 15 years and they decided to go back and be like, oh yeah, he's actually a piece of shit though. It's like, what? Who greenlit this? What are you doing?
All
right. So that
definitely, I just want to mention his looks too. He looks fabulous, man. He's awesome. Such a creepy, scary villain. He looks sweet. Yeah. He looks sweet. I can see why you always want to read Venom or get us to read Venom or something.
And it's one of those things too, and it's something I don't like about myself, which is the fact that visual designs are very important to me. That's always the number one thing that attracts me. It can be a comic book character, it can be an album cover, it can be a movie poster, whatever. Visual design's just like the first thing for me. Mm-hmm. So if I see a cool looking character, I'm going to check it out. And if I like the design enough, I'll find a reason to keep reading about that.
You're like, story be damned. We're going to.
Because I remember reading the very first the 6-issue miniseries, Lethal Protector, and I was like, this is fun. And again, I was like 14, 15, and I'm just like, this is terrible. I'll buy the next issue, though, because this guy looks cool.
So I was like, once more into the breach.
Yeah. And that's why I hate Aquaman so much. He looks stupid. His color scheme is stupid. Everything about him is just dumb. So you could tell a Dark Knight Returns level story about Aquaman. I'd be like, no, thanks. Like I would rather read about a crappy story with awesome visuals than I would a really good story with a really dumb looking character. That's my own issue. It's my own problem. It's dumb.
I'm with you. On that.
That's why I've read so much Spawn. Just like, fuck, it looks so cool. It's like watching Fast and Furious, it's the comic book version where you're like, oh, look at all the stuff going on. It's like, the story's terrible. Shut up. Like,
I did see your Instagram. You posted some of the pictures of Spawn.
Dude, those are some recent variant covers by Kale Ingu. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but man, he posted those on his socials. And I was like, fuck, that's sick looking.
Yeah.
Like how cool were those pictures of Spawn, man?
Yeah.
But all right, we're hungry. So we're gonna wrap it up here.
Go see Indiana Jones.
Go see Indiana Jones.
It's not great, but it's definitely worth a watch.
It's still Indiana Jones. What are you gonna do? I mean, who doesn't have a soft spot for Indiana Jones?
Exactly.
But we'll be back next week. Thanks for listening.
Miss Tessmacher.
Ciao.